Good afternoon, guys, and happy what's today, Wednesday to all your sunshiny faces. Guys, I totally spaced out. It is like 12:30 right now. I should have been in bed and have taken a shower like 2-3 hours ago. I totally lost track of time. I was just sitting in the living room and I got tired at probably, I don't even know, 9 o'clock. And I was like, geez, it's only 9 o'clock and I'm exhausted. I was like, I'm just gonna sit here, chill. I was actually, I had to download my, what's it called, the videos off my SD card because it was full. So it took a while, a few hours, because I'm not downloading them right directly to my Mac. I'm downloading them into my USB, so it's taking an extra probably an extra hour or two longer than it actually would if I was just downloading it that way, right? Because of that, I was just sitting in the living room and I was tired at 9 o'clock, and I was like, why am I so tired already? And then I was just oh, it's almost done downloading. And I was like, oh my gosh, what time is it? And I realized that it was midnight, and I was like, oh my gosh. So then, yeah, I went upstairs. I just put all my stuff away. And I was also too eating, and it took me I was waiting for I had this really good from Aldi. It's asparagus orzo or something like that, and it was really tasty, right? But it was super hot, and so I actually burned my tongue, and so I waited almost a good 20-30 minutes for it to cool down, and then it took me a really long time to finish it. I feel it's not it's a one-person meal if you're really hungry, but for me, I finished the whole thing, but it took me a good probably hour actually to finish it, on top of the extra 30 minutes it took me to actually get it to cool down. So yeah, it took me a little bit longer, but we did get the dryer fixed. I told you guys we had that little problem with the dryer. It wasn't actually a problem with our lint, it was actually a problem with our drain in the laundry room. The washing machine, we originally with the new dryer that we just got yesterday, when we tried to run it in the dryer, it was saying that there was a flow sense error, and that it was sensing that there was something in the exhaust, it was backing up. So we were okay, that's good that it's telling us that. So what actually happened a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that, our washing machine, not the washing machine didn't overflow, but the slop tub did, which is how the washing machine drains. It drains into our slop tub. There must have been a sock or something. Matthew probably, or Jack, when they were going through their basket, they always end up pulling stuff out, and I always find it in the slop tub. Well, I don't know if I didn't check or I didn't see it or what it was. There's a sock that ended up getting stuck in the slop tub drain and caused it to overflow. So it overflowed onto the floor, whatever. We cleaned it all up, but we didn't notice that the water had actually gone into the exhaust. That was the problem. There was actually water sitting in the exhaust, pipe thingy, or the dryer exhaust piping, I guess is what it's called, or whatever it is. It's not a hose, I don't think. Maybe it is, I don't know. But it was sitting in there in the crawl space. My dad was it looked like it was just so heavy, hanging there, dangling. So my dad drained it out, figured out it was the water, and figured out the timeline of when our old one had stopped working. It was most likely because the same thing, the dryer exhaust was full of water and it wasn't letting anything actually exhaust, and it wasn't going anywhere. So that's what we figured out. We got that fixed. My dad didn't have to replace anything or anything like that, so it's all good. And we went outside and double checked and made sure that it was actually exhausting and everything like that, because before we had no clue that it wasn't. We were just why isn't it working? And we were well, it's an old dryer, it's probably just broken, right? Well, we figured out the actual problem of it, so we got that fixed. I was able to do some laundry today, and it was so weird too, because I felt I put in this big load of laundry, right? It was this big basket of laundry, and it only was half of the laundry, the washing machine. was like, this is crazy. Normally it is like, you know, like that, the size laundry basket I would have done would have been like probably a load and a half in the old washing machine. It wasn't even it was like a half of a size of a load in this one. I was like, that's crazy. I was like, I could literally just take like a whole basket from someone's room and put it in the washing machine and we'd just be done. So it's so awesome. But anyways, I like though too that I can do small loads and not have to be like, oh, is it too small of a load? Like, if the washing machine does it itself, I don't have to try and judge, like, is that a medium-sized load or is that a small load? Like, you know, it's only a couple towels or, you know, like, you know, a sheet or, you know, whatever, or, you know, like a comforter. Like, is it really a large load or extra large load, or is it a small, you know, like, I can never figure it out really. And so, you know, with this thing though, I don't have to do any of that prejudging. I'm just like, I'll put it in there and you do your thing, washing machine. So it's really nice. And the same thing with the dryer too. The dryer actually will set for a certain amount of time, and then if it figures that the clothes, it can like sense that the clothes are still wet or whatever, or not totally dry, like to the dryness that we set it to, like if it's medium dry or like very dry or whatever. You can also do like damp dry and stuff like that. But if we set it like we want it completely dry clothes, right? It senses that the clothes aren't dry. It adds more time on automatically. So it might go for an extra like 10 minutes or something like that if it has sensed that the, you know, dryer isn't, the clothes aren't dry enough. So it's really cool because it did it today, because originally the dryer was going to be done before the washing machine, and then the dryer was like, oh nope, clothes aren't completely dry yet. So then it added on extra time and kept drying the clothes, which is so cool. So yeah, anyways guys, we did get the second coat of primer done too on my room, which I'll show you guys as well for today. Oh my goodness, it smells like paint so bad in here. Yesterday, I couldn't tell, like, that it was, like, it smelled really paint-like. Today, it smells really paint-like. But here you go, guys. Oh my goodness, you can barely even tell that this room was, I mean, like, you can a little bit, but overall, I think 2 coats did a really good job. And we still have about a half of a thing left, along with, what's it called? Along with a full nother can of primer. So I actually don't know that I do need the that's the second that's the second thing of primer I bought yesterday, but I actually think that might finish. But the thing is too, I do have to do all my other things, which comes to my point. I am going to go over the walls are done. I'm not painting them or painting them again. They're done. The walls are done being primed. I'm doing the Tiffany blue color on those, which is the tantalizing teal from Sherwin-Williams. So that's what's going on this part and that part across all of the walls. Then in this middle part is actually just going to be a plain white. I think this is it. It is just a Pittsburgh Paints Ultra interior, exterior, I don't even know, high durability finish. It's like a high gloss. So that is going on this part. The door on this side, I'm not painting the front of the door because that's not my business. So I'm painting this part white, and then also too the baseboards will be white as well. And eventually too, I'm thinking about possibly getting some crown molding in here too. The room feels so much bigger though now that everything's painted all white. But because this is going to be white, you guys can tell over this, what's it called, the, like, you guys can see the, what's it called, that wallpaper that I cannot get off for the life of me, that I sanded, that I did everything with. I cannot get this off, so I'm going to do one more coat of primer over this, just because I want to make sure it's really well and covered, especially because this is going to be white anyway, and I don't want you to be able to see through it or be able to see a different texture through it or anything like that. And I might go over this too, only because it is a little bit darker and it's also going to be white, and because this is going to be a darker color, you know, if it's, you know, they're a little sketchy in some areas, you might not be able to really tell, but because that's going to be white anyway, I don't want you to be able to see through it. So like, it's not super bad, but you guys can still kind of tell in some parts. So for tomorrow, for Thursday, I'm going to prime that one more time, or maybe even have Matthew do that. And then also, if it's not raining, because it was raining today, I am also going to prime my bed frame, because I have to do that, because I'm going to be painting that white. My bookshelf, the pink one that I was actually like before my grandma ended up even moving out of this house, she gave it to me, or like I think right around the time she was moving out of our house into her apartment, she ended up giving me this pink little bookshelf kind of thing that I actually really like, because I do keep some of my stuff on there, and I normally have it like back in the corner. I was actually thinking about obviously rearranging my room a little bit, but you guys might have seen it, but it's pink, and I want to paint that also white. And then my shelves that are going to go on my walls, I'm going to paint those blue to match the blue walls, because they're going to be on that blue part of the wall. So that is, I have to prime those obviously, because right now they're like the color blue that was in the bedroom, so I have to paint those, prime them so that I can paint them. So all that stuff as well has to be done tomorrow, but the problem again, it was raining today, so I couldn't do that. And since tomorrow we just have that one little border strip around the middle to do, we should be able to also prime the other things that do need to be primed. If not, we might end up priming them in the garage, and I'll just have to get like the drop cloths, most likely. Like, we'll do what's left in the bedroom to do, take the drop cloths outside, prime that, then we can always bring them back inside when we're going to paint. Most likely that would be on Friday. We actually officially start painting the what's it called, the border part, and then also the door and the not the floorboards, the trim. And so that is what we're gonna do. That's probably what it's gonna look like. And then most likely Saturday would be a second coat, and or Saturday we'll actually start painting the blue, and hopefully by the end of this weekend we'll actually be done. But my dad also too, like, he has to do other things, like get the new wiring done for my lights, because that was shorting out. I believe I was telling you guys that. And then also too, my dad has to hang the shelves too, which will most likely have to come obviously after we're done painting, but when he has time to be able to do it, which would be more like on a weekend. I don't know how quickly he'd be able to hang that kind of stuff back up. And then too, like, I want to make sure, in case he does end up like drilling a hole or something like that while, like, you know, it's freshly painted and stuff like that, if there isn't any other furniture in there, we can cover up a hole or something like that, if, you know, something like that ends up happening, so that we don't have to like put all the stuff in there. My dad goes to hang something up, and then there's a hole, he has to paint it or patch something, or, you know, whatever. So yeah, most likely, you know, hopefully to like the running the wires, because my dad can just pull it, so it shouldn't have to like break down walls or anything to do that. But you know, just in case something does end up happening or whatever, furniture isn't in there to also get like just dusty and stuff like that from drilling holes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I have to wait a little while of time, most likely. Honestly too, I'm feeling like a week is being ambitious, now that I'm thinking about all the other things that have to get done before we can actually move furniture back in there. So I don't know, we'll see though, guys. Let's aim for ambitious, right? I'll see you guys though all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give it a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.